Ever feel like some people just have a knack for being ahead of the curve?
Mm-hmm.
Well, today we're taking a deep dive into the career of someone who embodies that,
Okay.
Vivian Arana.
All right.
Using their resume and a bit of bioinfo, we're going to try to uncover the story hidden within their professional journey.
And what a journey it is. The thing that gets me right away is the sheer range of technologies. It's
Yeah.
not like they stick to one thing, you know?
Right.
This is mobile and web development, data science, blockchain, cloud technologies. It's like they have a sixth sense for where tech is headed next.
It's like they're surfing the wave of technological advancement, always like riding the crest.
Yeah.
And speaking of being ahead of the curve, over 300 software developers have learned from Vivian directly.
Wow.
And get this, over 40,000 more through their online courses.
That's amazing.
That's not just teaching. That's building a legacy.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think that says about their approach to knowledge and sharing knowledge?
It tells me Vivian sees knowledge as something to be amplified, not hoarded, you know?
Right.
It's one thing to master a skill. It's another thing to turn around and empower tens of thousands of others with that same expertise.
Absolutely.
That's a whole different level of impact. And this commitment to empowering others, I think it shines through in the experience we see on their resume, architecting end-to-end solutions.
Right.
This isn't just about writing code. It's about leading teams, communicating a vision, and getting buy-in from everyone involved.
You know, that's a point I think a lot of people outside the tech world miss.
Yeah.
There's this perception that software development is all about solitary coding geniuses. But the reality is far more collaborative, especially at the level Vivian is operating at.
Precisely, yeah. And you see that, too, in Vivian's experience presenting to architecture review boards.
Yes.
These aren't just technical presentations. We're talking about persuasion, influence, and ultimately leadership.
Okay, so we've established that Vivian is clearly a force to be reckoned with in the software development world. But let's get into the specifics.
Okay.
Yeah, because one company on their resume really jumped out at me. Delta Airlines.
Oh, interesting.
And not just once, but twice. Vivian held the role of principal engineer there. What's the draw?
Wow, yeah.
What makes that kind of environment so compelling for someone like Vivian?
Well, just imagine the scale of an operation like Delta Airlines.
Yeah,
right?
it's massive.
They've got planes in the air, passengers to transport, logistics to manage, all on a global scale.
Yeah.
Technology isn't just an aspect of their business, it is the backbone.
And they're constantly looking for an edge.
Right.
Whether it's improving the customer experience, optimizing fuel efficiency, or streamlining their operations, the airline industry thrives on innovation.
Absolutely, yeah. And you're talking about a company as large and established as Delta implementing new technologies. It's a massive undertaking.
Oh, for sure.
It requires not just technical expertise, but an understanding of the business, the ability to navigate complex systems, and the foresight to anticipate challenges before they even arise.
Yeah, you've got to be thinking 10 steps ahead.
Exactly. And this is where, on their resume, where we see the experience deploying solutions to both AWS cloud and Delta's own on-premise cloud. This gets really interesting. This isn't just about picking a cloud provider. It's about understanding the nuances of each system and knowing how to leverage them effectively.
It's like being fluent in two different technical languages and knowing how to translate between them seamlessly.
Exactly.
Now, there's one more detail from Vivian's time at Delta that I have to ask about these generative AI prototypes.
Oh, wow.
That they were building using IBM Watson X and AWS Bedrock. Now, we're talking cutting-edge stuff here.
Wow.
What kind of impact did that have in the airline industry?
Well, this is where it gets really exciting. We're talking about the potential for AI to revolutionize everything. From customer service to flight operation, imagine AI-powered chatbots providing real-time assistance to passengers, predictive algorithms, optimizing flight schedules based on, real-time conditions, or even personalized in-flight entertainment curated by AI.
Wow.
It's incredible to think about. And knowing Vivian's track record, I'd bet they were pushing the boundaries even further.
Okay, that's fascinating. But before we get too carried away, imagining the future of air travel.
Right.
Let's shift gears for a moment and talk about a different kind of challenge the world of mobile health.
Okay.
Because after Delta, we see Vivian taking on a role at Dexcom, a major player in the CGM space.
Okay.
That's continuous glucose monitoring for those who aren't familiar.
Right.
And what's fascinating here is that Vivian wasn't just joining any mobile health company.
Right.
They were diving headfirst into the world of CGM technology
Yeah.
as a software architect.
Wow.
And their role
Okay.
architecting the software development kit, SDK, for Dexcom's CGM mobile apps.
Oh, wow.
That's huge.
That is huge.
Talk about impact.
Yeah.
Think about it. That SDK,
Yeah.
it's like a set of building blocks that other developers use to create their own apps.
Right.
So in this role, Vivian wasn't just building an app.
Right.
They were creating the foundation
Right.
for an entire ecosystem
Wow.
of mobile health applications
Yeah.
built on Dexcom's CGM technology.
That's incredible.
Their work could potentially impact millions of people
Yeah.
with diabetes who rely on CGM technology.
That's a whole other level of impact right there.
It is a whole other level of impact.
Yeah.
And it really underscores the importance
It does.
of a skilled software architect.
Yeah.
They're not just thinking about lines of code.
Right.
They're envisioning how those lines of code
Right.
will be used by other developers
Yeah.
to create these real-world solutions.
Exactly. And to think at that scale,
Oh, yeah.
millions of people.
It's amazing.
It really is.
Okay, so we've seen Vivian thrive
We have.
in this fast-paced,
Yeah.
innovation-driven environment at Delta,
Right.
and then leverage their expertise to shape the future of mobile health at Dexcom.
Exactly.
But hold on tight, because their journey doesn't stop there.
Oh, no.
Next, we find them at Remote Tiger,
Okay.
a company that seems to specialize in mobile solutions across various platforms.
Interesting.
And their role as mobile solutions architect at Remote Tiger
Yeah.
is interesting because it seems to bring together all the threads we've seen so far. A deep understanding of mobile technologies, a focus on building reusable components for scalability,
Right.
and a mastery of different development methodologies,
Okay.
like agile,
Yeah.
test-driven development, TDD,
Right.
and behavior-driven development, BDD.
Wow. They really run the gamut.
They really do.
Wow.
Plus, they were managing Apple DEP.
Okay.
That's Device Enrollment Program, right?
Yes, that's right.
And AirWatch MDM for device management.
Oh, wow.
Talk about wearing multiple hats.
Talk about a lot of responsibility.
I know.
Right. Yeah, it really speaks to their versatility.
It does.
And their ability to adapt to different technical environments.
Right.
And remember managing devices,
Yes.
ensuring their security.
Right.
That's critical, especially in a world where mobile devices are increasingly used for sensitive data.
Absolutely. You've got to keep all that safe.
You do.
It's like they have this innate ability
Yeah.
to connect the dots,
Huh.
to see how all these different technologies and systems work together to solve real-world problems.
It's a rare skill.
It is.
It really is.
But let's zoom out for a second.
Okay.
We've covered a lot of ground here,
We have.
from airlines to mobile health to enterprise mobile solutions.
Yeah. It's a whirlwind tour of the tech world.
It really is.
Yeah.
What are the common threads
Okay.
you're seeing in Vivian's career trajectory?
Well, I think the common thread is this constant thirst
Yeah.
for knowledge
Right.
and a drive to be at the forefront of technological innovation.
Okay.
Notice how they consistently take on roles that require them to master new technologies.
Right.
And then turn around and use those technologies to build solutions for complex problems.
So they're not afraid of a challenge.
No, they seem to thrive on it.
It's like they're always asking what's next
Yeah,
and then diving headfirst into that next big thing.
absolutely.
And that brings us to the million-dollar question, doesn't it?
It does.
What is next for someone like Vivian?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like they've internalized that classic Wayne Gretzky quote, skate to where the puck is going,
Yeah.
not where it's been.
Yeah,
And that's got to be so valuable in a field that's constantly evolving.
absolutely. In the tech world, yesterday's innovation is today's standard. And tomorrow's game changer is just a glimmer in someone's imagination.
Right.
And Vivian seems to be one of those people who not only sees those glimmers, but also figures out how to bring them to life.
It makes you wonder what they could be working on right now. What new challenge they've set their sights on.
Yeah.
Could they be developing AI-powered healthcare solutions that personalize treatment plans? Maybe they're building the next generation of cybersecurity platforms to protect our data in an increasingly interconnected world.
Or perhaps they've delved into the world of blockchain and cryptocurrency, creating decentralized systems that revolutionize finance or supply chain management.
Right.
The possibilities are truly endless, especially given their track record of embracing emerging technologies.
It's inspiring, isn't it? It reminds us that careers aren't always linear. They can be dynamic, full of unexpected turns, and driven by a passion for exploration.
Absolutely.
And sometimes the most fascinating journeys are hidden in plain sight, revealed through the subtle clues left on a resume.
Well said. And as we wrap up this deep dive into the career of Vivian Arana, it's clear that we've only scratched the surface. But hopefully, we've gleaned some valuable insights along the way.
Absolutely. We've seen the power of continuous learning, the importance of embracing new challenges, and the impact one person can have when they combine technical expertise with a passion for making a difference. And who knows, maybe Vivian's story will inspire some of our listeners to embark on their own journeys of exploration and innovation.
That would be fantastic, because the world needs more people like Vivian, people who aren't afraid to push boundaries and shape the future with technology.
Couldn't agree more. This has been an incredible deep dive, and it just goes to show sometimes the most interesting stories are the ones waiting to be uncovered, one line on a resume at a time. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and remember, your next great adventure might be just around the corner.